I can see it in your eyes that you are restless. The time has come for you to leave. It's so hard to let you go, but in this life I know you have to be who you were made to be. As you step out on the road, I'll say a prayer, so that in my heart you always will be there. This is not goodbye. I know we'll meet again, so let your life begin, 'cause this is not goodbye. It's just I love you to take with you until you're home again.
Okay, the glasses are so you can't see when a man cries. The date was October 14th, 2005. I was coaching for another club, and I was decided to coach the 12s and the 17s at the same time. We're in the middle of 12s tryouts, and this gangly 5'11", which is big for 12s, walks in the door, and I'm just trying to place teams and do my little coaching experiment on these kids and see if it'll work. And I said, I just want to take the biggest kids with the biggest shoe size on my team, and I'm going to train them to be a setter. And so I took 2 of those, and one was Andie. She was one of the sweetest kids you could meet, really soft-spoken and polite. I chose her on the team with the expectation that I was going to train the 2 biggest, strongest kids to be setters. And this was the beginning for me. This was the first time that I got to meet Andie Malloy and Jen and Bob. And it started a journey that is about to complete next week with graduation, and then next month with coaching at Nationals. But for 7 years, I've coached Andie Malloy in some capacity. She was on my 12-year-old team before I ever even became the head coach at Lovejoy. I got the job her 7th grade year. I coached middle school my first year at Lovejoy for 7th and 8th grade for her A team. And I've coached her the last 4 years and seen her win 4 state titles, 2 MVPs. She comes into my office before the season begins in club and says, Coach Mitchell, I could think of nothing more of an honor for me to be able to play for you my last season in club. I want to start with you and I want to finish with you. How does that sound? So I was coaching for the Evil Empire at the time. And I came home and I was telling my assistant coach at the time just how special this kid is and what that meant to me. And John called me, and anyway, the rest is history, but Andie's grown well past her size 11 shoes at age 12 and 5'11" frame. Last week I got to walk into the cafeteria at our school, and I look across the cafeteria and Andie's sitting with a group of special needs kids. It's her and 6 special needs kids. They were just eating lunch, laughing, and Andie's cracking up and having a good time. And it just touched my heart to see this kid, but they don't care that she's won titles and all-state awards and every Skyline award imaginable, and she's going on a full ride to Iowa State, who was in the Elite Eight. She's probably the best setter, hitter, blocker, digger combination in the country. They don't care about that. They see Andie Malloy, heart of gold, laughing and just having a good time with them. For that 30-minute lunch that Andie's involved in these special needs once a week, they're the most important people in her life. And if you've ever met or talked to Andie for just a brief second, you are the most important person in her life at that time. And it's a quality you don't find in young ladies very often. This afternoon, last week, I go to pick up my youngest son, Eli, from preschool, who graduated today, by the way. And I asked Eli, who's never dull or never has, always has something to say, what his favorite part of the day was. That's my parenting at the end of the day. Eli, what's your favorite part of the day? He said, Dad, Miss Andie came to play with us today. Because Andie volunteers at the pre-K during her school day as well. And I said, well, what's so great about Andie? He goes, every time we play, she chases us so hard. And all the other teachers quit chasing us because they get tired. Not Andie. She keeps chasing us. So in the words of my 5-year-old, who can see Andie's greatness because she just keeps chasing me, to the special needs kids that can see Andie's greatness because she just cares about them for 30 minutes once a week, to the 10 players on her team this year, and to the hundreds and thousands that have had an opportunity to meet Andie, you're constantly amazed at her humility, her love for God, her love for other people, her respect, her kindness. I could go on and on with stories about the greatness of Andie Malloy, and I could speak double about the volleyball attributes that she's achieved over the years. Andie's been a rock for the Skyline organization. Always an ambassador for the game of volleyball, always an ambassador for her teammates, always an ambassador for her club. She's represented the Skyline organization with nothing but class and dignity, and I can't think of anyone more deserving of such an award. It's my pleasure and honor, and with great sadness that I have to let her go. She made me as a coach and made my career. And with great humility, that I thank Andie for letting me be a small part of her life, and all of us in this room for letting us be a small part of her life. You've touched us more than you'll ever know. For the last 7 years, I present to you Andie Malloy.